everyone, and welcome back to The Real Deal's quarantine content, or as I like to say, Quarantent.
Oh my God.
I'm your esteemed host, Abby Perry.
And I'm already sick of this title, but I don't know if I should be proud or upset of that you came up with it. I'm Parker Carlson.
You cannot lie to me that you're proud.
Okay, yeah. You know what? After all the puns that I made us suffer through on the main show, I have no ground to stand on.
Exactly. Clown jokes, puns, all of those.
Cannibal episode? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Let me know what's new. What's going on?
yeah, okay.
What
So
is new?
with the quarantine and everything, there's not much news going on and everything because everybody is sitting at home wrapped in blankets watching Bob's Burgers or whatever. So
Just you?
yeah, that's me. I'm projecting. Don't worry. The biggest news that happened in the past couple of weeks is that esteemed Bollywood slash Hollywood actor, I'm going to butcher his name, Irfan Khan, recently died from a neuroendocrine tumor. It's pretty sad because he was pretty well known, especially in Hollywood. He was probably the most well known Indian actor from movies like Life of Pi and everything. And as if, like, the world hates us most, another Bollywood actor also died, Rishi Kapoor. And then, I mean, personally, I don't know much about his work, but he was big enough to be on the news and everything. And it's really sad that all this is happening. But I guess, I don't know.
That's a big loss for the Bollywood community.
It is. And it feels like such bad timing because they didn't die from the coronavirus or anything. They just died from their own.
I was going to say that you said tumor, and I was like, it really sucks that now we live in a world when someone says tumor or cancer, and it's actually surprising to hear now, where
I know.
before that was like the big thing, and now it's like if you'd say anything but COVID, I'm like, oh,
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is like
That's
we
really
automatically
sad.
expect all the old actors to, like, if they're dying now, it has to be from the coronavirus.
It has to be COVID.
And the sad part is that they were actually terribly old. I mean, Rishi Kapoor was 67 when he died from his battle with cancer, but Irfan Khan was only 53 when he died. So
Oh, that's
sad. And shifting away from the sadness into more of a political sphere, but it's still in our industry. Senator Ted Cruz recently introduced a bill targeting film studios from censoring their movies for mainstream consumption in China.
okay.
Right. Yeah. So if you're not completely aware of it, it's a pretty common practice in order to boost revenue sales for movies to censor more taboo subjects for release in China, like the various different issues that isn't acceptable over there. The only thing I want to talk about, though, with this is the absolutely stupid name. And they are reaching with this. So the bill is called, quote, the Stopping Censorship, Restoring Integrity, Protecting Talkies Act. For the acronym, SCRIPT.
I didn't expect that.
I let out the biggest groan in the world.
Of course, of course, that's what it's called. And the people that named it were like, "Oh, this is so creative. We're on to something here."
you know they're reaching because they use talkies instead of movies in it. Oh my god.
Far with that one. No one says talkies unless they're referring to the chip.
Yeah. So that's going on. I got a pretty good laugh out of that. And then another piece of personal news that I'm excited for. Daft Punk is set to score a new movie by Dario Argento called Black Glasses. I don't know what Black Glasses is. I don't know who Dario Argento is, but I love Daft Punk. And their last movie that they scored was Tron Legacy. And that is a banger. Let me tell you, that soundtrack, oh my gosh.
That's a good one.
So I'm so excited just to listen to their new music and everything. So
I love Daft Punk. Well, I have a little bit of personal news too. Even though I'm still doing the real deal, I'm officially graduated.
Congratulations! Round of applause.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. Graduated and unemployed, so not to flex on anyone.
Not to flex on anyone, but I'm graduating during the worst time in history to graduate. So,
So like it's pretty rad. But I am putting a yard sign, which is kind of dope. I don't think anyone else graduating is excited about this, but I'm excited about this.
You got a yard sign?
Yeah, Ball State kind of sent out a link and they're like, use this to print. And it says like, congratulations, 2020 graduate, we fly or something, you know, Ball State. And I'm kind of excited about it.
Only Ball State would send you a yard sign.
Yeah, I'm excited. Went to UPS, told them to print it out today. Super pumped.
Okay, so congratulations.
Thank you. Some less personal news, but equally exciting news. It's our favorite day of the year. It's NSYNC Day. It's gonna be May. I love this day so much. And in 4 days, Cinco de Mayo. So May is May's popping off.
No. Who cares about Cinco de Mayo? All we care about is JT, JC Chavez, Kirkpatrick, Joey Fantone, and Lance Bass. Sorry, Abby, this day isn't for you. It's JT deserves it.
It's for our heroes.
Yeah, our heroes. The kings.
Except you had to look up other members because I guarantee the only one you could think of was JT.
Yep.
Because actually, I probably could have said Lance Bass too. Maybe uncommon, but
I don't know any other people besides Justin Timberlake.
But man, is he going strong?
Oh yeah, he's the one person keeping us together. So
pour one out for JT. In other exciting news, not related to this day, but another big day in May. On May 8th, Dead to Me Season 2 is coming out on Netflix. And I really liked Season 1, so I strongly recommend binge watching it and watching Season 2 because it's great. It's produced by Will Ferrell, and Christina Applegate is starring in it. Like, it has some really great talent in it. Okay. It's really good.
So if you're like me and you didn't even know that Dead to Me even existed, could you give us like a rundown of what it is and why it's good?
Sure. So I feel like it didn't get as much hype as it deserved, but it was kind of like our good old Tiger King. It only had like 8 episodes. And so it was really binge watchable, but it didn't have a long run for season 1, but it's basically this lady, her husband was killed in a hit and run. And the lady that did it feels really bad. There's a lot of stuff surrounding that, and I don't want to dive into that and spoil it, but she ends up like reaching out to her to be her friend and just keeps it from her. And so the whole season is they're like exploring their friendship and the one friend trying to keep it from her that she killed her husband. But she's befriending her because she wants to try to help her. Like she's making sure someone is always there to help her take care of her kids or like deal with life and the sadness that came along with it. And so there are moments where you're just gonna like break down and cry when you're watching it, but it's also one of the funniest shows I've ever seen because Christina Applegate is a sarcastic queen. Mm-hmm. So
it sounded, when you were giving the description, it sounded like it's actually really sad and kind of depressing. But you said that it's produced by Will Ferrell, or something.
Yeah, that was sort of the surprising part for me because you don't ever see depressing things from him. But I mean, it's sad, but in the way sad things are tolerable to watch. Like, there's a scene where she's literally sitting on the toilet crying into a pillow. And, like, that's kind of funny on TV. Like, you're watching that and you're like, we've all been there, sister. Like, we've all done this. But you're also like, wow, she's going through it. So there's just, like, little moments like that. And then, like, she argues with her oldest kid a lot. But her youngest kid, like, joins the church choir and he's super cute and funny and her best friend like supports it. It's really funny. There's one line that made me laugh really hard, and the mom and the son are arguing in church while the younger son is being baptized, and her best friend goes, "Will you guys please shut up? Your son is finding Jesus right now." And that line like sent me over the edge. That was such a funny line. So just like little quips like that throughout the series. Really funny. Season 2 looks super intense, but don't watch the trailer if you haven't seen season 1 because it will spoil season 1.
Okay, all right. That's really interesting because I find that, especially with a lot of big name comedians, like Jim Carrey and everything, I find that their best work is one where they focus a little bit more on drama and everything. Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
So
It
I'm
was
gonna check it
crazy to
out.
me. Like, I had no idea Will Ferrell even touched it. And him and Christina Applegate are really good friends. They did
Mhm.
Anchorman and all that stuff together. But I was very surprised when I saw that he produced it. And I was super impressed by that because you think of him as like, oh, he does like really silly comedic movies.
Mhm.
But this one is a really good show and it's really serious. I mean, it has funny elements and it has very relatable elements, but it's mostly kind of serious and kind of intense. So.
Wow. Okay, well, I guess that's my next binge show because I'm running
Yeah.
out of Bob's Burgers episodes and I'm just catching up on House after a decade of it. So that to me is going to be the next thing I spend the next week watching.
You should, and then it'll come out as soon as you're done. Season 2 will be out, so you don't have to skip.
Perfect. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
you're welcome.
Well, unfortunately,
I also,
some of us still have like summer school and aren't graduating and still have obligations with Ball State.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. My life is just so much better than yours. I'm kidding. I am also stressed out, and entertainment is how I cope, Parker.
Yeah, that's how we all cope. I mean, there's nothing else to do besides sit on your toilet and cry into a pillow. So yeah.
Yeah, just scream a lot. That really helps.
Yeah. All right. Well, that seems like the most that I've got for myself today with a little bit of news. Unless you have anything else you want to mention.
No, not this week. I'll save some fun movies I've been watching for next week. I can talk to you about them.
Ooh. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well, then we're your hosts, and I guess I'll see you next time on the Oh, man, you know how sad I
The
am.
real deal's Quarantent. The best name ever heard.
Oh, okay. Well, bye.